Scott in 7FGP in New York, where it is now about 56 degrees. If you want to avoid the check-in pileups, you can text your call sign and nothing but your call sign to 716-317-9050. Or you can email your call sign to text@ecr.radio. All right, we're going to start off with mobile check-ins right now. So if you are a mobile, if you're out there mobile tonight, today, if you are driving in your car and would like to check in, we just need your call sign twice and slowly. Question of the day is, would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Mobile station solely, call sign twice and slowly. Call now. Whiskey 5 Papa Lima. Mobile. Victor Alpha 3 Hotel. Victor Alpha 3 Bravo. Victor Mobile.
AA4 XM. Kilo Juliet 5 Mike Lima Zulu. Whiskey 5 Golf Hotel Romeo. Whiskey 5 Golf Hotel Romeo Mobile. November 0 Tango Papa. November 0 Tango Papa.
Sierra Tango Juliet, Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, mobile, in and out. All right, let me grab it here and read back who we have. We have Philip, W8OTJ, in and out, and mobile, thank you for checking in this morning. We have Gary, N0TP, we have Brian, W5GHR, Ezra, KJ5MLZ, we have Micah, AA4XM, we have Brian, VA3BVH, we have James, W5PL, we have Alan, into ZVN, we have Shane, KA5GSS. If you just tried to check in that mobile pile up there, and we didn't call your call sign, we didn't get you. So if you just tried to check in and we didn't read back, call now. Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, in and out, good morning.
Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet Mobile.
W8 NJT Whiskey 8 November Juliet Tango. All right, let's see if my mouth will work now. We have Nick in Toledo, Ohio, W8NJT. We have Brent in Pensacola, Florida, KF6HDJ. We had Steve in Rochester Hills, Michigan, W8STJ, who is also in and out. All right, let's go to the top of the mobile list here. And first of all, we have Shane in Leak City, Texas, KA5GSS. Now, Shane, would you rather be the passenger or a driver? Over to you.
KA5GSS. Yeah, normally I would rather be a driver, but here recently my wife's been kind of chauffeuring me around a little bit, and I get to enjoy the view, so I'm going to go ahead and say passenger. Everybody have a good one. KA5GSS, back to net control.
All right, Shane, I've got you down as passenger. Thanks for checking in today, and have a great day. Let's go over to Alan in Kendall, New York, into ZVN. Hey, Alan, and over to you.
Good morning, Scott. Everyone on the brew. Oh, definitely the driver. Definitely the driver. I get bored just sitting there and looking around. I'd probably fall asleep. And Sue's at the end. Back to that. Everyone have a good day.
All right. Thanks for checking in this morning and have a great day. Let's go to James in Spring, Texas, who every time I talk to him seems to be driving W5PL. Good morning, James.
Well, good morning, Scott and Mark. Thank you for running that this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. Yeah, we got to stop meeting like this, man. I don't know. It's kind of awkward. But yeah, no, this is an interesting question. I didn't know there was a choice. I thought I always had to be the driver. At least it always feels that way, that I'm always the one who has to drive. My wife is a passenger princess, so I am the one behind the wheel 99% of the time, although last week she did drive once or twice. Really a nice change of things, so I did enjoy being a passenger, but I'm going to go with driver just because that's what I'm used to. With that, I'll say 7-3 and hand it back to Ned for a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
All right, James. Yeah, my wife has a new nickname now. Thanks for checking in. Have a great day. Let's go to Brian in Ontario, Canada, VA3VH. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Net Control 7-3s all the way around to the Brew Crew. This is Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Victor Hotel in the mobile here, just on the way into the office. Well, I can tell you that I drive 6-speed, so I'm definitely favoring the driver. All right, everybody have a great day. Back to Net. Thanks for being there. VA3H 7-3.
All right, Brian, thanks for checking in this morning and have a great day. Micah in Florence, Alabama, AA4XM. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning. I would definitely say passenger. I got to go to Jamaica to do some disaster relief, and I was designated to drive by the organization that I went for. And when you have potholes the size of small Volkswagen Beetle that will swallow a car whole, and I'm not kidding. There are potholes that big there, or just no road. I would much rather be a passenger. AA4XM, back to Net.
Well, Micah, that sounds like some mighty big potholes. Thanks for checking in this morning and have a wonderful afternoon. Ezra in Belle Chase, Louisiana, KJ5 MLZ. Good morning, Ezra.
KJ5, MLZ, good morning, Scott, Mark, everybody on the crew. Yeah, man, I'm going to say driver. Yeah, especially if my wife has to drive, I have to be the driver. Yeah, man, kind of rough on brakes there. Back to you, Net Control, KJ5, MLZ.
All right, Ezra, I can certainly relate to that. Not a good passenger. Brian in Katy, Texas, W5GHR. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I'm going to be the driver also. Back to you, Net Control, W5GHR.
All right, Brian, got you down as the driver. Thanks for checking in this morning. Gary in Hannibal, Montana, I believe, N0TP. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me on these shock headsets, first of all. Well, considering I've got over 5.5 million miles and almost 41 years driving, and the company I drive for, I've been with them for 35 years, and they don't put a passenger seat in here, I'm definitely going to have to go with the driver.
All right, Gary, we got you down as a driver, and you have a great day. That's quite a few miles. Brent in Pensacola, Florida, KF6HDJ.
Well, good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. And, I take your 56 degrees over our 80 with feels like 100% humidity down here in Pensacola. I definitely would go with driver. And everyone have a great day. Back to Net Control, KF6HDJ Mobile.
All right, Brent, yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I the weather here. Go to Nick in Toledo, Ohio, W8 in JT. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, everybody on the net. Passenger side is not the side I want to be on. I'm not built for that. I get too bored just sitting there. I got inputs to put in if I'm driving. W8 NJT, back to Net Control.
All right, Nick, we've got you down as the driver. Let's go through some text check-ins here. First, we have Bob in Leesburg, Florida, Dale in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Glenn in Glen Burnie. Moving on up, we have Scott in Buffalo, Vince in Fort Lauderdale, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, Rod in Madison, West Virginia, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, Duck in Lake City, Florida, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania, Charlie in Sun City, Florida, Charles in Syracuse, New York. We have Mike in, well, he's not in Sebring, he's Wayne in Belmore, New York, Mark in Phoenix, Arizona, Joe in Franklin, Georgia, and we have Joe in Claremont, Florida. We have Carrie in Motherwell, Scotland, Mark in Plymouth. We have Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida, Randall in Brownstown. We have Roy in Blaisdell, Larry in Maricopa, Arizona, Joe in Deerfield Beach, and keep scrolling. We have Bob in Jupiter Beach, Florida, Ed in Loxahatchee, Lou in Lake Worth, Florida, Paul in Lake Worth, and at the top of the list, we have Stephen in Hackettstown, New Jersey, KD2HFW. Good morning, Stephen. That was an old check-in, I think. So let's go down to Paul in Lake Worth, Florida, KG4GOQ. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Scott, and good morning to the Brew Crew. I would definitely rather be the passenger. That way I can play with my toys and my computer and makes the ride a lot quicker. Back to the net. This is KG4GOQ in Palm Springs, Florida.
Alrighty, Paul, I've got you down for passenger. Thanks for being out there today, and have a great day. Lou in Lake Worth, Florida, KA4EPS. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning, KA4EPS Lake Worth Beach. And I got to be in control, so yes, I'm always the driver. Have a good day, KA4EPS.
All right, Lou, we've got you down with as being the driver. Have a great day. Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida, K4POI. Good morning, Ed.
Scott and the Brew Crew. It depends on how the driver might be, but in most cases, I would prefer being the driver. K4, yeah, K4POI back to the net.
right, Ed, I've got you down as the driver. Thanks for checking in this morning. Bob in Jupiter, Florida, A4RAK. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a driver. I hope everybody has a great day, and see you later. KA4RAK.
All right, Bob, we've got you down as a driver. How about Joe in Deerfield Beach, Florida, in SQR? How about it, matey?
That's your mateys. Now, I'd rather be the driver, Scott, especially some of the cutthroats I have down here. I mean, Scott, they drive by braille. Not kidding. So have a great day, everyone, and everyone on the net end. Back to net control.
Oh yeah, Joe. I've visited Florida before. All right, thanks for checking in this morning. And I might have missed mobile station here. Joe in Franklin, Georgia, KQ4YYN. Good morning, Joe. And would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Over to you.
Good morning. As a world famous Springs would say, and now to the question with two answers at hand. I am definitely the transporter, the driver, and I am also the radio operator. And if perchance that I happen to be a passenger, unfortunate circumstances, I am still the radio operator. Back to you, net control. Hope everyone has a great day. KQ4 YYN, now in close to Birmingham, Alabama. Good day.
Right, Joe, we've got you down as the driver. Let's see. Okay. Let's go up to Larry in Maricopa, Arizona, KM7CGI. Good morning, Larry.
Morning, Brew. Well, since I'm the best driver that I know, I would have to be the driver, of course. But everybody have a great AM7CGI back to the net.
All right, thanks for checking in this morning. And let's see, let's move on. Let's try Elmer in Allen, Michigan, KB5NJU. Good morning, Elmer.
KB5NJU, thank you very much. And I don't care one way or the other. I can drive or not drive. So I guess put me down for both or neither. Have a great day, all. Thanks for running the net. 7-3, KB5NJU mobile.
All right, Elmer. Thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. This is Scott in 7FGP in Jamestown, New York. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take some check-ins now. If you would like to check in, now's your chance. Just need your call sign twice. And
Whiskey 5 Delta Bravo Sierra. Whiskey 5 Delta Bravo Sierra.
This is Kilo Charles 7, Foxtrot Bravo November. Kilo Charles 7, Foxtrot Bravo November. Boca Raton Mobile.
KC5CZX.
4 Zulu Kilo Echo. 4 Kilo Echo. Zulu Kilo Echo. 4 Zulu Kilo Echo.
November 6, Papa.
Whiskey Juice, Sierra Alpha. Whiskey Juice, Sierra Alpha Lima. You guys gotta leave a little bit of a slow roll in there for them. You guys are doubling and tripling up. W2SEL, back to net. N3MPE, N3MPE. KR4, LKN.
Kilo Romeo 4 Lima, Kilo November.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa.
Kilo Romeo 4, Kilo Victor Echo, that's KR4, KVE. James in Kissimmee, Florida. Good morning, everyone.
Alright, let me grab it here.
November Zulu, November, Kevin in Pyeongtaek, South Korea.
Let's see. I've got it now. Alright, we had quite a few triples and doubles there. Let me go through the list here. That last station, we have N7, and that was all we got. Come back with your call sign twice and slowly, please.
It's NZ6N, November Zulu, 6 November.
Alright, we have Kevin in Z6N. We have James in Kissimmee, KR4KVE. We have Brian in Cape Coral, Florida, KF4OU. We have Chris in Sumter, South Carolina, KR4LKN. We have Sam in Pflugerville, N3MPE. We have Sal, team member Sal, W2SAL. We have Chris, N6PPP, and then we had CZX. Daryl, I'm not sure the beginning of your call sign. Come back with your call sign, full call sign twice and slowly, please.
Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Zulu X-ray.
Alright, we got it that time. We have Bill in Northport Myers, Florida, W8WHK. We have Rob, who's mobile in Boca Raton. Be back to you in a second. We have David in Houston, Texas, W5DBS. Well, let's go ahead and go through this list here. First of all, let's go to Rob, KC7FBN. Now, Rob, would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Over to you.
Well, good morning, Net Control and the group. Be here with all. Years ago, I would have very much had preferred to be the driver. I used to drive hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. I made a wrong turn, darn it. And now that I'm married and my wife likes to drive, I let her drive. That way I can play with the radios. Anyway, 7-3 everyone. C7.
All right, Rob. Yeah, that sounds like me driving. I made a wrong turn. All right, let's go to Sam in Pflugerville, Texas, N3MPE. Good morning, Sam. And would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Over to you.
Well, being from one that would like to have control, I think we're all like that. I'd rather be the driver. But since she came back from Australia, she drives. It's been 7 years that she's driving, so I gotta put up with the terrorism. Anyway, good day to everybody on the Brew Crew. This is N3MPE. Good day.
All right, Sam. Thanks for checking in this morning. We picked up a couple more text check-ins here. We have Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania, and we have Don in Hollywood, Florida. Let's get back up to where we are left off on the list, and that's going to be with in Maricopa, Arizona, KM7 CGI. Good morning, Larry. Well, let's move on down the list to Roy in Blasdale, New York, KA8BYU. Good morning, Larry. Or Roy.
Ability of the brew. I'd have to go with being the driver. There's very few people that who's driving I trust to be able to just sit in the passenger seat. Back to you.
Yeah, Roy, I'm right with you there. I'm a bad passenger. All right, let's move on down to Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. K8 UFM. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Mark, and good morning to the rest of the brew crew. Yeah, I'd have to agree that I'm the driver. I'm not a very good passenger. So with that said, this is K8 UFM. Everyone have an outstanding Tuesday.
All right, Randall, you have a wonderful day today. Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida, KI6 KQO. Good morning, Zachary.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and the brew crew. It's 77 degrees here in Florida Central, and definitely put me down for the driver. And for the record, I've never gotten lost. I'll send it back to you, Scott, KI6 KQO.
All right, Zachary. Why, I can get lost at the drop of a hat. Go to Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. N0 CKP. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Scott, Mark, Al, rest of the brew crew, everybody else on the net. My wife's a good driver. I'm a good passenger. Everybody have a great Tuesday and a great rest of the week. And 0CKV back to net.
All right, Mark, you have a great day today. Go across the pond to Carrie in Motherwell, Scotland. GM5CAR. Good afternoon, Carrie. Let's try Carrie one more time. GM5CAR. All right, we'll mark her as an in and out and go to Joe in Claremont, Florida, KM4WZD. Good morning, Joe. Our time for KM4WZD. All right, let's go to Wayne in New York, KC2NJV. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, this is Scott Allen Mock, KC2NJV here. I'd rather be the driver. Have a great day.
All right, we've got you down. Driver. Have a great day today. Mike, Sebring, Florida, KB2UDV. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Scott and the brew crew. The East Coast Reflector fisherman here, upstate New York, and I would say the driver, especially when I go over 100 miles. I would prefer being alone as well. Then I don't have anybody tell me how I... All right, thank you for picking me up this morning. The count so far, 25 blue carp, catfish. KB2, UDB, back to net control.
Mark. Sounds like you've been busy this morning. Let's go to Charles in Syracuse, New York. KD2YUY. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Scott. Charles from Syracuse, New York, KD2, IUY. And put me down as a driver. I like taking a break once in a while, but yeah, usually you'll find me behind the wheel. It's all back to that control KD2, YUY.
You know, Charles, as soon as I said Mark, I realized that you're not Mark. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's go to Charlie in Sydney, Florida, NA2B. Good morning, Charlie.
Hi, good morning, Al. Everybody on the net from Birdie and I in Tampa Bay. 83 already this morning. Once again, headed for triple digits. In response to the question, I prefer to be the driver. Birdie, of course, prefers to be the passenger, so that's kind of the way it goes. And thank you for what you do. We're headed out to do a little POTA activation this morning. 738 NA2B, back to net.
All right, Charlie. You have a great day. Let's see, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania, N3 DQT. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, and the rest of the net, N3DQD here. Well, if I were the driver, there would be no one else on the road, so I have to say pass back to net. This is N3DQD.
Right, Ray. Thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great day. Let's go to Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania, KB3EYR. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Scott, Al, Mark, everybody on the Brew Crew. This is KB3EYR, and you can put me in the driver column. Have a great day. Back to net control.
All right, we've got you in the driver column. Thanks for checking in, and have a wonderful afternoon. Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, KQ4EFY. Good morning, Tim. Let's try Tim one more time. KQ4EFY. Good. Mark, Tim is in and out, and go to Duck in Lake City, Florida, KK4DUK. Good morning, Duck.
Good morning. This is KK4DUK. This is Duck out of Lake City, Florida. I definitely have to be the driver. I cannot have it any other way. Excellent question. KK71, turning it back over to net control. Quack, quack.
Righty, Duck. Got you down as the driver. Try Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, W3CVE. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and everybody on the brew. That would be a drive. Have a great, it would be a 3 CVE.
All right, Chuck, I've got you down as the driver. Thanks for checking in this morning, and this is Scott N7FGP in Jamestown, New York. And this is the Morning Brew. Let's move to Rod in Madison, West Virginia, WD8. KO. Good morning, Rod. Hi, Rod, one more time. WD8 KOB. Moving on down the list, we have Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, N4 RSM. Good morning, Richard. N4 RSM. Good morning. All right, let's try Vince in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, KR4 EMM.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everybody on the brew. Definitely the driver. I don't feel comfortable being the passenger. So I voted be the driver. Don't want to give up the wheel. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you for running the net. This is KR4 EMM. Back to you, Mark.
All righty, Vince, we've got you down with the driver. Have a wonderful day. And let's go to team member Scott up in Buffalo, New York, W2 BLT. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Scott. I'd rather be the driver and drive Miss Daisy around. Have a great day. This is W2 BLT.
All right, Scott. Have a great day today, too. Try Robert in Deltona, Florida, KJ4 ZFM. Good morning, Robert. KJ4 ZFM. Good morning. Hi, Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland, N3LLY. Good morning, Glenn.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am definitely the driver here. I don't let my wife drive too much. God bless her heart. So put me in the driver's seat. Back to you, Net Control, N3LLY.
All right, Glenn, I've put you in the driver's seat. Have a great day. Try Dale in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, into LWI. Good morning, Dale.
Good morning, everybody on the net. This is N2LWY. I'm coming from vacation land up here, or close to vacation land. I'm up on vacation in Fenton, New York. And I do prefer to be the driver, as I say often, driving Miss Daisy around, my wife. Everybody have a great day. N2LWY.
All right, Dale. Well, you have a wonderful, great vacation. Try Bob in Leesburg, Florida, W3 ICQ. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm also in the driver column. Can't stand to be the passenger. W3ICQ, back to you.
Bob, I'm not a great passenger myself. All right, let's get on down to Houston, Texas, and check in on David, W5 DBS. Good morning, David.
Big Texas howdy to everybody on the brew crew this morning. You put me down as a passenger. I much prefer the passenger, and I'm a great navigator. This is W5DBS in Houston, Texas, back to the net. Thank you, guys.
All right, David, we've got you the passenger. Let's go to Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida. W8 WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. It's, well, I checked my thermometer. It's 77 degrees, sunny. You can be in the driver column. I prefer to drive. Well, my son will drive us occasionally, and my wife refuses, although she has a driver's license, and she used to drive here in Florida. She now refuses to drive in Florida. She says the drivers around here, Florida drivers and the snowbirds, they just drive too crazy. And she says, when I'm driving though, it seems like there's at least one idiot on the road. So I guess, is that a compliment? I don't know. Alrighty, back to you, back to net control. Everybody have a great week. This is W8WHK 73. Back to you.
Right, Bill. Thanks for coming in this morning, and you have a great day. Try Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning to everybody on the brew, and for me, I am the driver. I don't care whose car it is, I am the driver. I figure if I'm going to go out, it might as well be my own fault I did it. So, back to net, case 5C6.
Right. We've got you down as the driver. Let's go Chris, N6 EP. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning to the Brew Crew. I would love to say driver, but I became disabled in 2020, and my legs are all sorts of mess. So I'm completed just around town, but thankfully my wife is a road warrior, and she has taken up mantle as the main driver. Back to the net, and everyone have a great rest of your day.
All right, Chris, you have a wonderful day today. Let's go to team member Sal in Cheektowaga, New York. W2SAL. Good, Sal.
Morning, Scott, Mark, Steve. Put me down as definitely the driver. If I can't drive, I really don't want to be there. With that, I'll send it back to net control. Great job, guys. W2SAL, back to net control.
All right, Sal, thanks for checking in this morning, and have a wonderful day. Moving on down, we have Chris in Sumter, South Carolina, KR4LKN. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I actually enjoy being a passenger. With everything, all the technology and everything in the vehicle, it's just better for me to be a passenger. I can play with my phone, play with my radio, and just enjoy the sightseeing. Eventually, my wife's going to become the driver anyway, so it's easy for me just to let her move on over. Good morning to everyone. I hope you all have a great day. KR4LKN, back to net control.
All right, Chris, we've got you down as a passenger. Thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's go to Brian in Cape Coral, Florida, K4OUP. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, good morning, everyone on the Brew Crew. This is KF4UP here in Cape Coral, sunny Florida. And I prefer to be the driver, but if Mama says I'm driving, let's drive. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll pass it to you next. Have a good morning.
All right, Brian, you have a great day. James in Kissimmee, Florida, KR4AVE. Good morning, James.
KR4KVE. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the Brew Crew. I would have to think about.
Let's see, James, you kind of dropped out there and we just had a dead carrier. You want to try one more time, driver or passenger? Over to you.
Okay, let's try it again. Let's go with driver, of course, because I like to be in control of something besides my... Over. KR4KVE 73 is everyone.
All right, James, we picked you up that time. Yeah, down for a driver, you have a wonderful day today. Go to Kevin in Conroe, Texas, NZ6N. And it looks like this is your first time checking into the Morning Brew, the question of the day is, would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Over to you, Kevin.
Well, good morning, Scott. Good morning to the crew. This is Kevin NZ6N. Hometown is Conroe, Texas. However, I'm currently in Pyeongtaek, South Korea, just outside of Osan Air Base. I travel quite a bit for work. I do prefer being the driver. However, I will say whenever I am home, I usually make the XYL driving around town, only if it is in town. If it's much outside of town, then I definitely, and she definitely prefers me to be the driver. Back to the van, 6N.
All right, Kevin, we've got you down, and if your email is good on QRZ, you'll get a little welcome packet to the East Coast Reflector, and hope you come back. Let's see, let's try Gary, Florida, KQ4STK. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, everyone. I'm indifferent, which means usually the spouse drives because the spouse likes to drive. Two thoughts based on things I heard. One was regarding snowbirds. I live in DeLand, and you can always tell when Stetson University is starting classes because you have a whole bunch of people driving around who have no idea what they're doing, nor what plant they're even on. The other thought is, yesterday I got to be passenger, and it was a drive of about an hour and a half, and I had a lovely QSO on EchoLink with somebody in Michigan while I'm in Florida. So, there are a couple thoughts for you. 7-3 to everyone. KQ4STK Net.
All right, there we go. Got it back. Let's see. Moving on down the list. Let me see. We had a few more text check-ins come in. We have Anthony, W2AJV. We have Jose in the Bronx, KE2AJO. Have Roger, team member Roger, PO4QMM. We have Bill in Dunville, Ontario, VA3YBS. Good morning, Bill. Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan, N8ZF8. We have Jeff, KE8SMN. We also picked up team member Randy, W2RBC. Let's go ahead and get some more radio check-ins now. If you'd like to check into the Morning Brew, just need your call sign twice and slowly. And yes, let's kind of spread them out just a little bit. The left, twice the crash. If you'd like to check in, call sign twice. Slowly, call now.
Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, November Hotel. Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, November Hotel.
Good morning.
Whiskey, Bravo 5, India, Tango, Tango, WB5IT, Mobile. 22, Alpha, Foxtrot Uniform, in and out, Mobile. 22, Alpha, Foxtrot Uniform, Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee. Kilo 5, Mike Hotel, K5N, PH Mobile, in and out, in and out. In and out. Kilo, Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray, Bravo, in and out. Good morning. And 5GI, and 5GI. KD2WZJ, in and out, 73.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, pedestrian mobile.
And 5GI, and 5GI, pedestrian mobile. 4 ETE, in and out.
KJ5QMU. KJ5QMU.
Echo 3, Tango Golf November. Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf November. Tim, Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
All right, let me go ahead and grab it here, and we'll go through this list. We have Tim, VA3TG, and we have Mary, who looks like she's new to the Reflector here. KJ5QMU, good morning, Mary. We had a station that ended in GPD. Didn't catch the full call sign. So if your call sign ends in GPD or something similar, please give us your full call sign twice, then slowly.
November 3, Mike Delta Charlie. That's November 3, Mike Delta Charlie.
All right, we had Michael, N3 MTC in Winston-Salem, Vern in Waterdown, Ontario, VA3 CRF, who's mobile, we'll get to you in a moment here. Ron in Rochester, KD2WZJ, we have Rick in the Villages, N5GI, have Frank in Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXP, we have Michael in Brownsville, Texas, K5MPH, Gene in Homosassa, Florida, KK4DIY, we have Tom in Town, New York, W2AFU, in and out. Have a great day today, Tom. Jerry in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4OSU. We have, let's see, Chris in Beaumont, Texas, WB5ITT, who's mobile. We have Mike in Wading River, New York, W7OMH, also mobile, and Paul in Gainesville, Florida, KF4ONH, who is on the mobile side also. Let's start off with Paul, KF4ONH. Paul, would you rather be a passenger or the driver? over to you.
Okay. Okay, a 408. Must be the driver.
All right, Paul, we've got you down as the driver, and it looks like you need a happy birthday, so happy birthday. Let's go to Mike in Wading River, New York. W7 OMH. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, 77 OMH. Yeah, I prefer to be the passenger, so I can chill. So, anyway, back to you. Everybody have a good day. 77 OMH here.
All right. All right, the back here. You know, I think I had too much coffee or not enough. I'm not sure which. All right, let's move on down the list and go to Chris in Beaumont, Texas. WB5 ITT. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, sir, and everybody on the Morning Brew, WB5ITT, mobile in sunny Beaumont, Texas this morning. And it's humid today. Changed from yesterday. I'm usually the driver. Sometimes I don't trust other people behind the wheel. But if I'm riding with friends and they're driving, that's okay with me. And good morning to NZ6N from Conroe. Lived up there for 14 years, did telecom work in the power company up there, so know the area quite well. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning on the way to do an IT job. WB5.
All right, Chris, you have a day today, and let's see, we had another mobile station here, Vern in Ontario, Canada. VA3 CRF. Good morning, Vern.
For a walk, 54 degrees up here. Beautiful. Hey, not a cloud in the sky. I, generally speaking, am the driver. I like driving, so I will take the pilot seat as opposed to the co-pilot or navigator. Hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for doing it. EA3 CRF.
All right, Vern, you have a great day. Let me see. Let's go to John in Hollywood, Florida. W4 PBS. Over to you, Don. Hi, Don. One more time. W4 PPX. All right, well, that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go see if I can make my mouth work, and I'm going to throw it over to Al, K8BAC. Good morning, Al, and over to you.
Well, good morning, Scott. Yeah, sometimes the English language is just very, very complicated, especially this early in the morning. Well, KABAC, along with Mr. Mark, 2EDS, logging for me. What an interesting question. We are going to continue
where Scott left off. The question of the day, would you rather be a passenger or the driver? It all depends on if I'm in a car that's got a lot of radio stuff that play radio. Most of the time I'm the driver, but every once in a while I just don't feel like it. Let's pick where Mr. Scott left off and go to 3H Pennsylvania. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Al, and everyone else on the net this morning. I don't like a lot of people's driving, but I don't have a choice. I have to be the passenger. Everyone have a great day. KD3AJN.
All right, thank you, Anna. That's unfortunate. Yep, I know, and that's what worries me is other people's driving. Let's go to one of our team members here, Randy. In New York. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and everyone on the Morning Brew. I always want to be the driver. I feel more comfortable having control of the vehicle. Back to net control, $73 W2 RBC.
All right, thank you, Randy. Have a great day. How about Jeff in Rochester Hills, KE8 SMN. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Al. Everyone on the brew. This is KE8 SMN. Put me down for a driver. My wife does a great job of navigating. Got us all to Alaska and back, and we work great as a team. KE8 SMN. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Have a great day. Next up, N8, ZF Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Al, Scott, Mark, and the crew. And if it's just my wife and I'm driving. If somebody's taking it, I enjoy being a passenger, but I'm mostly the driver. Please check me in and out. NHZFH, back to net.
All right, thank you, Gary. Have yourself a good day. Next up, we got VA3 YVS Bill in Dunnville, Ontario. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Al, and everybody. Not this morning. Excuse me. When we go out, I'm in the driver's seat, but I'm very fortunate. I have a wonderful wife who gives me guidance and watches out on the road for me, and always tells me of upcoming dangers, and she'll say, watch this guy and watch that guy, and it really helps out a lot. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, anyway, great question. Thanks for doing the net this morning. VA3 YBS, back to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Have a great day. Next up, one of our team members, Roger, KO4QMM, down in Umatilla, Florida. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Mr. Al and the Brew Crew. You can put me down for driver. Better me than Mr. Magoo. And my dad was like 85 years old, and he would still drive his truck. He's the driver. I didn't even fight it. Back to you, Al. KO4QMM clear.
All righty, Roger. Have a great day, sir. Next up, we got KE2 AO Jose in the Bronx, New York. Good morning, Jose.
Good morning, and to everybody on the Morning Brew. And thank you for running the net, and I'd rather be the driver. Unless I know that I'm with someone that really knows how to drive, I'd rather be the driver. Back on over to you. Have a great day, everybody. Safe travel. 73 from K2HU.
All right, thank you, Jose. Have a great day. Let's go to W2AJV Anthony in Atco, New Jersey. Good morning, Anthony.
Hey, Al. Good morning. And good morning to the entire crew, including Vicky and everyone on the net. I am unable to drive, so I don't think he'd want me to drive anyway, even if I could. W2AJV back to net 73.
Passenger without an option. All right, thanks, Anthony. Have a great day. Next up, Jerry in Fort Lauderdale in for OSU. Hi, Jerry.
Gonna have to be the driver. Can't find anybody else to put up with me. Have a fine one. This is net 4, OSU. We're down.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Have yourself a good day. Man, I haven't got to call your call sign in a while there. Let's go to KK DIY Gene in Florida. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning to you and everybody out there. This is KK4 DIY. And I'm going to say I prefer to drive. I've been doing that for most of my life, and that's where I'm comfortable. KK4 DIY 73. Thanks a lot.
All righty, thank you, sir. Have a great day. Next up in 5GI, Rick in the Villages, Florida. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and everybody on the Brew Crew. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in the Villages. And as for the question of the day, I prefer to drive, although the XYL is an expert. So for our trip, she drives, play with radios. Back to you, Al. This is N5GI.
All right, thank you, Rick. Have a good day. Next up, we got N3MD Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, good morning. How are you on the Brew Crew? I gotta make this quick. I'm out here walking my dog, and I'm walking my dog. I gotta make it quick. I've got storms in the area, so I gotta make this quick. I'm the passenger. I don't do most of the driving at all. I can't drive, so either my mom or my brother. So I'm the passenger. Back to you. Be safe.
All righty, thank you, Michael. Be safe out there. Watch them storms, sir. Next up, we got KJ5 QMU Mary in Tyler, Texas. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Al. This is Mary from Tyler, Texas, KJ5QMU. I used to be the driver until I met my spouse, and he's an over-the-road driver, and so I let him do the driving, and I now navigate. And now, since I just got my license 2 weeks ago, or almost 2 weeks ago, I will get to play with the radio. Back to you, Net. Thank you. 7-3.
Well, congratulations. Licensed up. We see you're new to the system. Hope you join us more and more. It's a good habit to get into, checking in on the Morning Brew in the morning. Reminder, if you are new to the system and you have a valid email address in QRZ, you'll receive a welcome letter. We do invite you to check out EastCoastReflector.com for a wealth of information. The East Coast Reflector magazine, which Miss Vicky does an incredible job. It's probably one of the best publications in the ham radio community. Okay, so moving on, and thank you for checking in today. Don't be a stranger. Moving on, let's go to V3TGN. Tim across the mud puddle from me here in Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Tim.
Oh, and Vicky, and that beautiful, bright, sunny sky, which is nice there. What do you call it? I don't do very much driving. My son is a pilot, and that. Still got a good left ear and a good eye, and that passed from a long, long time accident. So I would have been that, and I appreciate me up. Yeah, everybody sounds terrific on this frequency, that's for sure. So I'll say something to you, Vicky, and all the group that are involved within that there. VE3TN, clear, and back to net control.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Hey, one good ear, probably about better than most of the people out on the road. Have yourself a great day, sir, and enjoy this beautiful weather. We got some text check-ins. We got K2AP Joe in East Islip, New York, KJ5LJJ Greg in Purvis, Mississippi, WB2JPQ Dick in Eden, New York, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector, WB1DXN Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire. We got KI5PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. He's probably, so we'll get you in a minute, Bill. HL Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, and KM4WZD Joe in Claremont, Florida. Before we take more check-ins, let's grab Bill, KI5PMI. Bill, question of the day, would you rather be a passenger or the driver when you're out on the road?
Good morning now, everybody on the brew. I believe I had rather be the driver. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI, back to net.
All right, thank you, Bill. Before we do some more, let's take some regular check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, company call signs, twice and slowly.
AB1EX, AB1EX.
K9 TBD, 09 Tango Bravo Delta. N2BH, N2BH. W18, whiskey number 25, uniform Tango Mobile. Kilo Juliet 5, India Mike Movie, KJ5, IMW, Mobile in South. Tango, November 4, Romeo, Hotel, Echo.
Kilo 9 or Tango Juliet, K9 TJ, in and out.
Kilo Echo 9, Echo, 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 Echo 9, Echo, Echo, in and out.
This is November 1, Whiskey, Echo Bravo, N1 WEP.
Kilo Charlie 2, Golf Romeo November, KC2 GRN.
Kilo Delta 2, Oscar Alpha Mike. Kilo Delta 2, Oscar Alpha Mike.
Kilo Mike 7, Delta X3 Sierra, KM7GX6. In and out.
Kilo Delta 6, Whiskey Foxtrot Romeo, KD6 WFR, mobile in and out.
Kilo Mike 7, Bravo, India Oscar, KM7GIO.
All right, let's hold it up right there. We've had some catastrophes here. That last station, was that KM7 Bravo India Oscar?
Roger on that. Kilo Mike 7, Bravo, India Oscar. Operator JC.
All right, we got you, JC. We also had KD6WFR Bradley, Elizabeth, Colorado was in and out. There was another station, sounded like K7 7GS something. Could you come back with your call sign, please?
Kilo Mike 7, and 7GXS.
You're a little broken up. Was that Delta Sierra Foxtrot?
Kilo Mike 7GXS. Delta X-Ray Sierra.
Delta X-Ray Sierra. All right, we got you there. That's Bruce in Elmira, Oregon. He's in and out as well. We also had KE9EEE, Jim in Fisher, Indiana, and K9TJF Taylor in Napanee, Indiana. They were all in and out, guys. Thanks for checking in. We had W2PUT Dan in Milan, Michigan. Sounded like he was mobile. We'll get with you in a little bit there, Dan. We had KD2OAM John in Oakville, New York. KC2GRN Joel in East Yaphank, New York. We had N1WEB Webb down in Collierville, Tennessee. N4RHE Roger, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. KJ5IMW Robert in Houston, Texas. N2BH, one of our team members, Bill in Palmyra, New York. K9TBD Joel in Eastern Pennsylvania. We have AB1EX George in Madison, Alabama. Now, I know there was some doubles and triples. Be patient with us, guys. Come back with your call signs twice and slowly and space it out if we didn't get you that time.
Mike 7, November Lima Uniform. Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Whiskey 8, Papa Tango Tango. Whiskey 8, Papa Tango Tango, Wapakoneta, Ohio.
All right, we got Timothy in Wapakoneta, Ohio. I can never say that. KQ4ORK Barry in Apopka. He's mobile. We had, it sounded like a M7, that M7 station. Could you come back with your call sign? Might have been MB7. There was an M7 station, If you can come back with your call sign, please.
Mike 7, November Lima Uniform, Manchester Mobile.
All right, so like Mike 7, November Lima Uniform, M7LMU. Or NLU, sorry. Okay, we got you. And you're in a mobile too, so let's get to our motivations. Guys, question of the day. Would you rather be a passenger or a driver? Let's go to W2PUT. Dan in Milan. Well, he's out on the road doing something. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Al. Yeah, we are on our return trip home from the weekend's events. We're just around Hamburg, New York here on I-90. So, yeah, I would be the driver. I know some of that's forced habits because I pretty much always drive, but I enjoy driving. You know, it's not just the feeling like you're in control, but I do enjoy driving. So, I'm usually the guy. Although the missus is driving for a little bit here this morning. Probably take over when we stop for fuel in Ohio. Back to W2P UT Mobile.
Thank you, Dan. Safe travels to you both. Sorry I missed you this weekend. Let's go to M7 NLU. Looks like El Valdez in Manchester, England. Good morning.
Question of the day. Well, I would rather be a driver. It just was anyone driving me, so and I like driving anyway. So Yeah, I would like to be a driver rather than passenger. Over.
All righty, we got you down as a driver. Actually, I should say good afternoon. Have a great day, and thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to KQ4ORK Barry in Apopka, Florida. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, everybody on the crew. Thanks for picking me up. I prefer to be captain of my ship. However, when the XYL's in the vehicle, I get immediately demoted. I hope everybody has a great day. Back to net control, 73 KQ4ORK in the mobile.
All righty, thank you, Barry. Have yourself a great day, sir. Be safe out on the road, all you guys that are mobile today. Let's jump all the way up to the top of the list and go to KM4WZD Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning, Joe.
Well, hey, good morning, Al. Good morning to the crew. You can put me down as the driver. I love her to death, but when the princess drives, it just terrifies me. Driver it is. KM4WZD, back to net. Y'all take care.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a great day. How about Mike in Grosse Pointe in 8HLN? Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Al, Mark, the crew. Beautiful sunshine day here, 50 degrees in the backyard. Here to be the driver, like to be in control. Everyone have a great day, back to net, and a chillin'.
All right, thank you, Mike. Have a great day. This is Al, KABAC, along with Mark. KE2ES, log them for me, keep me out of trouble. Let's continue down this list. Let's go to WB1DXN Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Mark and Al and the rest of the brew crew this morning. You hit my wrong button today. Oh, boy. Yes, I prefer being a driver. However, a lot of times now I'm with the daughter. She drives. It's the heck out of me. That's why every once in a while my little mantra is look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead. Always expect the unexpected. Always be aware of your surroundings and always have a way out and things like that. The company had a very good driver training school for us one time and learned, even though I learned some of these things on my own at times, and one of them was situational awareness because I started being a little airplane pilot guy. That was one of the things, know what's around you and things like that. And that's another reason is why I came in on a commuter text train this morning, because there's too many crashes and jam on the road to getting on here. So did I cover everything I wanted to? So hopefully, and one of my thoughts is a lot of the teaching of driver training schools, I think they teach you how to drive a vehicle, but they don't teach you how to drive. And because driving, that's your job. That's why these truck drivers, that's their jobs, is to get that freight from one place to another and be safe. And so driving is 100% your job while you're in there, and no gawking around and things like that, like they do on TV. My mantra, I'm sorry. Back to net control, WB1DXN.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Have yourself a great day. Exactly right. Let's go down to WB2JPQ, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector. Good morning, Dick.
Well, good morning, Al, Mark, Scott, and everyone. I'd rather be the driver. I guess I'm kind of a control freak as well. Have a good day, everybody. It's WB2JPQ.
All right, thank you, Dick. Have yourself a good day, sir. KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi is up next. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew.
I would rather be a passenger. Most of the time, I would rather be a passenger. I would rather leave the driving to somebody else. Back to you, net control.
Well, truth be told, you know, if I won the lottery, I'd just have a limo driver, so that wouldn't be so bad. Other than that, I'd rather drive. Have a great day, Greg. How about QAP Joe Sisley?
Good morning, Al, and good morning to Mark, everybody on the crew. I would prefer to be a passenger, and last year at this time, around this time, I was in Los Angeles, and in Los Angeles, I definitely would like to be the passenger and not have to drive to. Well, that's it from East Islip. K2AP, back to net.
All righty, Joe. Have a great day, sir. Thanks for checking in. Next up, AB1EX George in Madison, Alabama. Good morning, George.
Good morning to the net. Hope everyone's having a good day. Boy, it's been so long, I can't even remember the last time I was a passenger. So whether I like it or not, I guess driver it is. Back to net. AB1EX.
All righty, thank you, George. Have a great day. Let's go to K9 TBD Joel in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Joel.
Morning, Al and the crew. I drive most of the time. However, I have a relief driver. She does a great job on long trips. It gets pretty sitting in one position all the time. So we swap off. I give her the easy roads, and I take it going through the cities and tough traffic. But she's a great driver. Back to net, K9 TBD.
All right, thank you, Joel. Have a wonderful day. Next up, one of our team members in 2BH, Bill in Palmyra. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Al, Mark, Scott, and everybody. You can put me down for the driver, especially on the motorcycle. Aye. N2BH.
All righty, we got you, Bill. Have a great day, sir. Up to KJ5 IMW, Robert in Houston, Texas. Good morning, Robert. KJ5 IMW, are you with us, Robert? There, we'll mark him down as in and out. Let's go to Roger in for RHE in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Alan. Good ears. November 4, Rimateleco Drive. The day I turned 16, my mother happily took me to get my driver's license. We've been all over this planet with the steering wheel on either side of the car. For 55 years, I've never had an accident. As Raymond Babbitt said, I'm an excellent driver. Excellent. Al, I too had a diesel Volkswagen, a Jetta TDI. I've been told many times while the was already pumping in the tank by the guy on the other side of the island pumps, stop, that is diesel, not gas. November 4, Roger, have enthusiast, return to net.
Yep, they were a bit of an oddie back in the day. Yep, I understand. And my buddy Nick, we'd pull into a gas station, and that happened quite often. Especially a bunch of kids like we were, you know. Have a great day, Roger. Take care. Let's go to Webb in Collierville, N1WEB. Good morning, Webb.
Thank you, Al and Mark. Let me see. I'd rather be the driver, but sometimes if you're a passenger with a good driving in the car, that's fine too. But put me down as driver. N1WEB.
That's for sure. Thanks, Webb. Have yourself a great day, sir. Let's go to KC2, GRN, Joel in East Yaffang. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Al and Mark and everybody on the Morning Brew, KC2GRN. Put me down as a driver. I prefer that, but as time goes on, sometimes I do prefer getting driven, too. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful day. KC2GRN, back to net.
All right, thank you, Joel. Have a wonderful day. How about KD2OAM, John in Oakville, New York. Good morning, John.
Al and Morning Brew Crew. This is KD2OAM, John in Oakfield, New York. I prefer to drive. My wife is an excellent driver, but I do prefer to drive. So back to you, Al. K8BAC, KD2OAM.
All righty, thank you, John. Have a great day. Let's jump down to KM7BIOJC in Mesa, Arizona. Good morning, JC.
Hey, good morning, Al, Mark, everybody on the net. Yeah, I definitely prefer to be a driver. I could give or take it heading around the city here, but, you know, driving on a long trip or through the wilderness here, I'd rather drive. I could count on one hand the people I'd let drive me through the wilderness here, but yeah, I definitely prefer to be a driver. Hope everybody has a great day. KM7BIO, back to net.
All righty, thanks, JC. Have yourself a great day. Let's go to W8PTT, Timothy in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, usually driver, unless I'm with my son. For some reason, he would rather drive his Dodge Charger Interceptor than ride in my minivan for some reason. I don't know, but usually I'm the driver. W8PTT.
We'll imagine that. Have a great day. Yeah, the older I get, you know, my kids are all getting in their late 20s and early 30s. The older I get, the more they drive. So I don't mind. Let's see. We got more text check-ins. We got NW4Q Jim in Murfreesboro. We got WW0N Kenny, Germantown, Maryland. We got KC2JPQ Frank in Lancaster. K4ITA Leo in Fort Lauderdale. He's possibly mobile, so we'll get him before we take more check-ins. We got AB4KT Kenneth in the Villages. Let's go to Leo, K4ITA. Question of the day: have to be the passenger or the driver? Hello, Leo.
Good morning. Good morning, Al. Good morning, Mark. I hope you can hear me well. I'm a bit far from the repeater. Good morning, everybody, from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. 85 degrees today, sunshine and cloudy. Time in South Florida, very humid, but a beautiful ocean. And I like to be a driver. Everybody, great day. K4.
All righty, thank you, Leo. Have a great day. Yeah, you came in just fine. And we better grab Ariel in Alachua, Florida, because I know he's usually mobile. W4RHC. Good morning, Ariel.
Hey, good morning to all. This is Whiskey 4 Romeo Hotel Charlotte in the mobile, Lake Boston, Florida. Heading to Jacksonville this morning. Well, that's a trick question for sure. I drive for a living. I drive 300 miles, 200 to 300 miles daily. It's part of my job. I've been doing it for 27 years. So on my day off, I really don't like to drive, but I always get stuck with it. I guess my wife thinks that I really love to drive, but when I'm off, I really don't like to do it. But she drives me on Friday night if I have too many beers, she drives me back home. But we usually go about 10 miles or so away from the house. Like I say, I drive for a living. What can I say? I guess they picked me. Lucky guy. Back to you. From W4RAC, 73 store.
All right, thank you, Ariel. Yep, I imagine if you drive for a living, you'd rather be a passenger when you're off work. So we'll put you down for a rather passenger. Got a couple check-ins. We got KX9BBY Josh in Brownsville. We got WQ9B Ken in Brownsville. Let's take some more general check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, come with your call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie. Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie Mobile.
N2 VLK. N2 VLK.
Quebec Zulu, sorry. KF8 FQZ.
This is November 8, Mike Juliet November, N8 MJN in the mobile.
Charlie Kilo Oscar 4 India Victor in and out. Kilo Charlie 4 India Zulu Tango Victor in and Quebec. Oscar 4 India Zulu Tango in and out. KK4 MOW. KK4 MOW. Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 2 Uniform Victor Quebec. Kilo Charlie 2 Uniform Victor Quebec.
All right, we'll hold it up right there. Boy, a lot of excited people today, and we're getting a lot of doubles and triples. I promise, guys. I heard Jack in there, KF8 DRC, our Detroit City guy. We had KC2 UVQ, Phil and Valley Street. KC3 LAB, Mike and Lidditz. We had KK4 MOW, Joe in Orange City. We had N8 MJN, Marson in Sterling Heights. KF8 FQZ, Lisa in Warren. N2 VLK, Jeff in Lancaster. And KJ5AXC, Lewis in Houston. Lewis and Marson were both mobile stations. We'll get back with you in a minute, guys. Now, I know there was some doubles and triples, so let's space it out. And if I didn't call your call sign and you tried to check in, just those people only. Come with your call sign. And slowly, we'll try to get you in here.
Whiskey Golf Charles, Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles Mobile.
Echo 7, Mike Romeo, Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo, Terry, Junction City, Oregon.
Charlie 1, Juliet Papa Delta. Kilo Charlie 1, Juliet Papa Delta Mobile. Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo 2, Papa Bravo, K2PV, in and out.
DSP, Kilo 2, Delta Sam Papa, Mobile, Avon, New York.
JA Mobile, in and out.
That last in and out station, will you cut yourself short a little bit? Come back with the call sign twice, please. We'll get you in there. Oh, he got you, Omar. Never mind. We had XD2J Chi Mexico. K2PV Leslie in San Jose, California. They were both in and out. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for checking in. We also had K2DSP Billy in Abbott, New York. I know you're mobile. Be back with you in a minute. KC3FGD Ray in Elizabethtown. KC1D Jeff in Milton, Vermont. We got AE7MR Terry in Harrisburg, Oregon. KB2WGC Kevin Homosassa, Florida. And I think I got the rest of everybody. Wow, we got a lot of mobile stations. We better get after those, huh? Question of the day. Would you rather be a passenger or the driver? Let's get these mobile stations, starting with KJ5AXC. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I'd rather be driving, just keep more engaged. Otherwise, as a passenger, I'm pretty much chatty. That's it for me, KJ5AXC with a roaring 84 degrees and a high humidity here in Houston. So, yeah, KJ5AXC back to net 73.
All righty. Thank you, Lewis. Man, it's like breathing through a hot, wet towel. Ugh. How about N2VLK Jeff in Lancaster? Good morning, Jeff. N2VLK, you still with us?
I'm sorry, I was doing something else, I guess. N2VLK, I would rather drive. With that, I'll turn it back to you. I'll say 7-3 to everybody. Hope you all have a good day. N2VLK, clear.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Have a great day. Next up, we got Marson in Sterling Heights, N8MJN. Good morning. N8MJN. Marson, you with us? Yeah, you might be having trouble with that GM repeater. We're going to get back to you in a minute, Marson. If you can hear me, I can't hear you, so we'll get you back in a minute here. I know the GM repeater gets funky sometimes. How about Kevin in Homosassa, KB2WGC? Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, everybody. I'm the designated driver because my wife prefers to be the passenger, and she does an extremely good job of it. She lets me know when I'm exceeding the speed limit and the lights turn red, what road I should turn on. Everybody have a good day. Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. Let's go to Milton, Vermont, KC1JPD. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone on the Morning Brew. You can put me down as a passenger. I like to be chauffeured around. Hope everyone has a great day. KC1JPD, back to net.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. Have a great day. How about KD2 or K2 DSP Billy in Abbott, New York? Good morning.
Morning, Nat. I like to be the driver. For a minute. I like to be the driver. I had a period of time this year that I had to be the passenger, and I found out I like being in the driver's seat. Back to net control, everybody. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a great day. Looks like we got Brian in Warren, Michigan. He's usually mobile. W8BPD. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Al. Good morning to the Brew Crew. I prefer to be the driver. I just like the control. W8BPD, back to net.
All righty, thank you, sir. Have yourself a great day. Let's jump back up and see if Marson's back with us. N8MJN. Marson, you with me?
Hey, good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky, Mark, everybody on the Morning Brew. This is N8MJN in the mobile. I'd prefer to be the driver. Hopefully the GM repeater didn't get me this time. Send it back to that control. N8MJN, 73.
All right, thank you, Marson. Have yourself a great day. All right, let's jump all the way up to the top of this list and go to Kenneth in the Villages. AB4KT. Good morning, Kenneth.
Villages AB4KT. I prefer to drive. I can drive literally almost indefinitely, and I don't feel tired. I've driven 17, 18 hours, no problem. Didn't feel dangerous at all. 7-3, everybody have a great day.
All right, thank you, Kenneth. Have a great day yourself. How about Frank in Lancaster, KC2JPQ? Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al and Mark and everybody on the brew. I prefer to be the driver. And not much going on today, Al, so I'll just say 7-3s. Everybody have a great day. KC2JPQ.
All righty, Frank. Have yourself a great day, sir. Hopefully it's sunny and beautiful here in Michigan. How about WW0N in Germantown? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. WW0N here in Germantown. Rainy here today. I prefer to be the driver. That way I can do all my ham radio stuff and go where I need to go. So back to net. This is WW0N.
All right, thank you, Kenny. Have a great day. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Mark, KE2EDS. Logging for me. Keep me on the straight and narrow. Let's go over to Jim in Murfreesboro, NW4Q. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Al. Hope you're doing well. Driver, driving.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jim. Have yourself a wonderful day. Let's go to WQ9B Ken in Brownsville, Texas. Hello, Ken.
Good morning to you and all this in the brew crew. Today we got 83 degrees with feeling like 95 out there already. With 92% humidity, what do you think about that? Is it going to rain? I really don't think so. Okay, for the question, I love to drive. I much prefer driving than being in the passenger seat, but as the other person said, my co-pilot, which is my wife, when she's in there, I might as well just hand her the steering wheel as many directions as I get, but I still maintain the gas pedal and the brake pedal and the steering wheel even though she's in there. WQ9V, back to net control.
All righty, thank you, Ken. Have a great day. How about KX9BBY Josh in Brownsville? Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, all. This is KX9BBY. Calling from Matamoros, just south of Brownsville. Kenneth, thank you for the weather report. I would prefer to be a passenger, actually. I'm never a passenger, but I would prefer to be a passenger. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, sir. Have yourself a wonderful day. Next up, Lisa in Warren, Michigan, KF8FQZ. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, and thank you. My husband and I travel around all summer in our RV, and I am the pet. I control the music. So 73s and happy trails.
All right, appreciate you checking in this morning. And safe travels out there when you're driving around. How about KK4MOW, Joe in Orange City? Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning to the group. We're all independent drivers here, so we all drive ourselves. I'm sorry, KK4MOW, Orange City, Florida. Back to the net.
All righty, thank you, Joe. Have a great day. Next up, KC3LAV, Mike in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Hello, Mike.
Yes, sir. Hello, and a fine good morning to you. This is KC3LAV.
Mike, Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where we have a light general rain falling today. Is a beautiful day here in Amish country, and I am definitely a passenger. I'll ride with anybody, anywhere. Back to net, we're clear.
All righty, thank you, Mike. Got you down as a passenger. KC2 UVQ, Phil in Valley Stream, you're up next. Hello, Phil.
On the Morning Brew, I prefer to be the driver. KC2 UVQ.
All righty, thank you, Phil. Have a wonderful day. Next up, our Detroit Rock City guy, KF8 DRC. Good morning, Mr. Jack.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everyone else. Yes, I like to be a driver. I always like to drive instead of sitting on the side. And I always drive a pickup trucks all my life. Take care, Al. Have a good day. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Well, Jack, unless it's some Motor City muscle, I would just as soon drive a pickup myself. That's what I usually do drive. Have a great day, sir. Enjoy this beautiful weather. How about AE7MR Terry in Harrisburg, Oregon? Good morning.
Southern Mike Romeo here. I am the king of multitasking behind the wheel. I can have a sandwich in my left hand and the steering wheel. I have a coffee cup in the other hand, and I've got a Model 300 gear shift in my transmission, so I don't have to reach down to shift. I just reach over and do my shift. But I also can do 16 to 18 hours behind the wheel at one time, because house fridge and the house in Birdseye, Utah is 900 miles apart, and I can drive it in one fall swoop, depending on, and that doesn't matter where I go through Klamath Falls or go through Boise. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo.
All right, thank you, Terry. Yeah, that's impressive, but can you eat Chinese with chopsticks while driving down the highway? Because I can do that. Let's go to KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown. Hello, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al. Everyone on the brew. Yeah, definitely want to be the driver, no question about it. Hey, finally got some much-needed rain here in Lancaster County, PA. Everyone have a wonderful day. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Ray. Yeah, we got that rain Sunday afternoon through Sunday night. Boy, did we need it. My garden is just very happy right now. We got some text check-ins. We got N7WZI, Allen in Lubbock, Texas. HJ4LXJ Rex in Crystal River, Florida. K5YNU, Florin in Conroe. Probably mobile. We'll get him. M4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. W2EM, Chuck in Lancaster. KR4MWW, Mark in Orlando. And N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. And that's probably going to wrap up the net. So let's go to Florin, K5YNU in Conroe, Texas. Question of the day, would you rather be a passenger or a driver? Hello, Florin.
Well, good morning, Al. Morning Brew Crew. I knew we'll have a crew full of drivers here, and put me in one of them as well. Yeah, I'd rather be the driver. And you're spot on. I'm mobile. K5YNU. Have a blessed day, everyone. 7-3.
All right, thank you, Florin. Have yourself a great day, sir. Let's go to N1CBM. Carlos, would you rather be the pilot or the co-pilot?
Good question right there. Sometimes you're driving, and sometimes I'm not. But when I'm not, I'm judging a lot. So I'd rather be on the left side here, N1CBM. It's 85, getting warmer here. We're breathing in Florida. Clear skies, but that's not going to last long. It's supposed to be stormy in the afternoon. Back to you, Al.
All righty, thank you, Carlos. Maybe that's what they should change the terminology for, the driver and the judge. So, have a great day. How about KR4MWW? Mark in Orlando. Hello, Mark.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Brew Crew. I definitely prefer to be the driver, 100%. KR4 Mike Whiskey. Back to you, Ned.
All right, thank you, Mark. Okay. Let's see, we got W2EM, Chuck in Lancaster. Hello, Chuck.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and the rest of the group. I prefer to be the driver, and my wife is very good about it. She doesn't say anything because if she does, she will then be the driver, and I will then be the passenger, and she likes to be the passenger. Anyway, back to net, W2EM.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. Have yourself a great day. Let's see. Up next, we've got Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, KM4CTV. Hello, Donnie.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and everybody on the net. KM4CTV down in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Yeah, I prefer to be the driver. No chopsticks for me. Both hands on the wheel. Thanks for doing the net, Al. KM4CTV, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Donnie. Yeah, I was wondering when I was going to catch some flack for that. Let's go to KJ4LXJ Rex in Crystal River, Florida. Good morning, Rex.
Smoking down is definitely the driver, especially on the motorcycle. KJ4LXJ back to you guys.
All righty, definitely got you down for a driver, especially on a motorcycle. How about N7 at WZI, Alan in Lubbock, Texas. Hello, Alan. N7 WZI, Alan, are you with us? I hear nothing. I think we got time for about 2 more call signs. I'm going to take 2 more check-ins, and then I'm going to cut it off abruptly. So 2 people, come with your call signs.
Number 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu, at 4 kilohertz, in and out.
All right, I got you both at the exact same time. So first guy that just tried to check in, come with your call sign. There was 2 of you. So let's get the first guy, space him out a little bit. All right, you have
Number 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu, at 4 kilohertz, in and out.
All right, I got N4 kilohertz. He was in and out. The other guy, all we got was an MR. Come back with your call sign twice.
7 Mike Romeo, check.
Kilo 7 Mike Romeo. Okay, well, you're going to wrap it up for us. Of course, we had N4 KHZ. John in Rochester, New York was in and out. Hey, have a great day. K7, give me that one more time, because I don't think we got it right.
Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, Junction City, Oregon.
Yeah, we got you that time, Terry. Question of the day, would you rather be a passenger or the driver, Terry?
Be the driver, and the strangest thing I ever seen out on the highway was a gentleman, his motorcycle, leaning against the sissy bar, put one foot on each handlebar, and reading the book at 70 miles an hour, going down Interstate 15 in just above St. George, Utah. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo.
All righty, thank you, Terry. Yeah, those are the kind you clean up off the side of a bridge. Have yourself a great day. Well, that about wraps it up. This is Al, K8BAC, on behalf of Scott, N7FGB, and Mark, KE2EDS, has been logging for us, doing a great job. we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in this morning. And we now return the East Coast Reflector to normal amateur radio use, whatever that seems to be. 73, everybody. We'll catch you back here in the morning.